Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode in my Football Manager series. This is episode number 2, and today we're returning with two big games with our Canaries as we take on Aston Villa at home and Burnley away. Before we play the games today, shall I know you've been getting on off camera? Oh, how I've missed those introductions. Yes, so of course, in the last episode, you saw our 2-1 defeat on the opening day away against Manchester City. I played 7 games off camera, and the run has been pretty mixed to start my managerial career off at Carrow Road, and we began with an emphatic response in my first home game at Carrow Road with my first victory in professional management with a 4-1 win over West Ham. We went a goal down in the first half, and then at half time I did an inspiring team talk that on loan goalkeeper Ralph Farman praised me for after the game, and we totally turned it around in the second half. 12 minutes after the restart, Ben Godfrey, the youngster, scored our second goal of the season heading in a free kick, and then Pookie bagged his first of 2 goals a few minutes later to make it 2-1. Buendia then scored a header, and Pookie's second goal, and our fourth was a bizarre one, but it wrapped up what was an extraordinary second half performance. 4 goals coming in the second half as the Canaries win at Carrow Road in their first game at home in the Premier League. I was buzzing after that win, but following that, away on the South Coast, a defeat 3-1 against Southampton. Kyle Walker-Peters, on loan from Spurs in this game, turned into prime Cafu. I mean, it was literally unbelievable. He set up 2 goals and scored one himself as the Saints were 3-0 up at half-time, and Pookie did grab a consolation goal for us in the second half, but that's all it was. But following that, back-to-back wins, starting away from home against Lincoln City in the EFL Cup second round against the League One side. We're on the verge of losing, though. Jake Hesketh on loan from the Saints made it 1-0, but in stoppage time, you couldn't make this up. Karamoko Dembele, the 16-year-old, on his first start for the club. Now, if you don't know who this guy is, he's the young teenage talent we signed in episode number 1. He is 5'4". He's tiny, yet he scored a header on his first start in stoppage time. You gotta love it. To force a penalty shootout, became the youngest goal scorer in Norwich City history as well. With that goal, forced the spot kicks where Liam Bridcut missed, and Oliveira, another new signing, scored what eventually was the winner for us as we made it through to the third round. So the new boys won us this game and sent us into the third round of the EFL Cup, and following out a win at Carrow Road at home to Crystal Palace back in the Premier League, Duda scoring a Jason type free kick. That was lovely there as we won the game by a 0-0. So back-to-back wins, 3 in our last 4 games, but following that, unfortunately, 3 defeats on the trot, starting with a humbling 3-0 loss away at Old Trafford against Manchester United. Pogba, Martial and Rashford with the goals. Rashford's goal was a spilled shot from Farman, turned in after Pogba's attempt was parried by the goalkeeper, and after that a 2-1 defeat at home to Leicester City. Quite an unfortunate loss this one, to be fair. Scored a goal early through Godfrey, but unfortunately it was disallowed for offside, and Vardy bagged a brace in this game. Cantwell got us back on level terms after Vardy's first one, but a minute later Jamie Vardy made it 2-1 as the Foxes got the win. And our final game off camera, away at Anfield against Liverpool in the EFL Cup third round. Not an easy draw, that one, away against the European champions. Fielded a weakened side for it and lost 2-0. And it was the young boys for Liverpool that scored at either end of the game. Joe Hardy in the 6th minute and Liam Miller late on made sure that Klopp's side knocked us out, and our progress in the EFL Cup ends there. So yeah, it's been quite a mixed start for Norwich to begin the campaign off, and to be fair, not as bad as I was anticipating. Already 2 wins on the board from our first 6 games. That's more than I would have thought we'd have after about 10 games. So I'm pretty pleased with that start, but already 4 defeats in 6. Not a great start, but not a terrible one either, as we currently sit in 14th place, but do have a game in hand on most of the teams around us in the table right now. Is this layout changed, by the way, for the home screen? I swear you used to be able to have 2 sections here. Maybe I'm misremembering, but there are a couple of things to show you before we do dive into the first game of today's episode against Aston Villa, who right now are bottom of the Premier League. And that's there have been a couple of serious injuries, unfortunately, for Norwich to begin the campaign off. First, Alexander Tettey, one of our team leaders here, hasn't started a game for us in the league thus far, but he is out for 3 to 6 weeks with a torn abdominal muscle, so I won't see him again until November at the earliest, I would say. And also, huge blow this one, Ralph Farman, who's been our starting number 1 in the Premier League for us this season and so far kept our only clean sheet. He's got a hip injury and is out for 2 to 4 months. Absolutely gutted, on loan from Schalke, of course. And he's been okay in his first 5 games in the Premier League, but out now until the start of the new calendar year. Gutted about that, and that means that Tim Krul is now going to be our official number one between now and January. So huge blow there, Farman going down, and let's just hope that Krill doesn't go down as well. Otherwise, they will be left with just Michael McGovern. But regardless, let's dive into the first game of today's episode. It is indeed Aston Villa at home. Right now, they are winless to start the season off. One of only 2 teams in the league without a win thus far. Bottom of the table with just 3 points on the board. But after 3 consecutive losses for the Canaries, I'm not feeling confident. I'll take a point, but a win would be huge. So right now in the injury report again, Farman and Teti long-term absentees, and Hernandez is still coming back from his torn knee ligament injury. And thus this will be our team for the game. We've got Krul in goal. It's about 4 of Jamal Lewis, Closer, Godfrey and Max Aaron's with Tribal and Fernandez through the middle. Further 4, Cantwell on the left, Buendia on the right and Duda supporting Pukki. So it's a very similar lineup to what you saw at the start of the series against Man City in the season opener. As you can see, tactics haven't really changed since then either. And on the bench we've got McGovern, Zimmerman, Byram, Rupp, Stiepermann, the youngster Dembele and Dermich as well. So yeah, first game, it's Aston Villa at home. A win here in a relegation 6-pointer would be huge. Come on, you Canaries. Let's keep it calm in the team talk. I know we lost 3, but I'll simply be saying I know how hard you're all working to end this poor run of form. Today's the day. And we've switched off 2 players. How do you switch off from that? Today's the day to end your poor run of form, lads. Oh, I don't give a fuck. Aston Villa's team is actually very good. There's a lot of quality in there. Obviously none better than you would say the captain, Jack Grealish. So it's a surprise they've started off so poorly this season. Again, 1 or 2 teams have had a win thus far, and I wouldn't be surprised if they get their first one here on the back of 3 straight for us, and the first chance is going to come to the visitors as well as Mendes crosses. It's over the head of Shema, who plays it back to Jack Grealish, who receives it from McGinn. He's got inside, and his shot saved by Krul. He's the danger man in this game, we all know that. Big kick for the Canaries though, and Duda's looked good from set pieces this season. As Closer heads it over the bar, and we've looked good from set pieces this season too. Already scored a couple, including Godfrey. Oh, Krul! And speaking of set pieces, that's how Villa get their first goal. Oh, Tim. Gotta save that one, mate. And this is why that Farman injury is so bad. Oh, we've got players that are uninterested and anxious and frustrated out there. Terrible start, goal down. Krul's got to save that. He's going to do it for the first half as well, unless we can find a leveller here. Duda's free kick is good. It's headed away, and Closer will track it down. Come on, Norwich. Find a leveller before the break, and that'll give us momentum heading into the second half as Jamal plays it back to Tim Krul. God, that was a shocker. As the Dutch midfield, as the Dutch goalkeeper finds Tribal, and now Duda to Buendia down the right. Oh, Rayner, what a save on Cantwell. Tips it onto the post, and Aston Villa will cling on to a 1-goal lead heading into half-time. Good spell of pressure to end the first, but we still find ourselves down as we will approach half-time. We actually didn't play that badly towards the end of the first half. It took us too long to get going, really. I'm not really sure what to say to the boys, really. I might say, where's your passion, lads? Do you even want to win this match? Because the body language is just not good at all. Godfrey is uninterested. Buendia's furious. His body language seems to be always poor. And Duda is also uninterested. No surprise he's uninterested. He's on loan. He don't care either way. He's going back to Germany after this season. I'm going to say to the boys, assertively, where is your passion, lads? Do you even want to win this match? Quite frankly, we've got to turn up. So what we're going to do in the second half as well is up the tempo a little bit and get the ball forward a little bit quicker as well, with a bit more direct passing too. So second half begins, no change to personnel, down by 1, plenty of time. Obviously, as I've mentioned before, we are, I would say, the weakest team in the division based on ability alone. So it's not that surprising that we're about to experience our 4th straight defeat unless we can find a leveller. But Aston Villa haven't won all season long. This should not be their first. We should really be trying to protect Carrow Road. Both our wins this season have come here at this ground as Buendia picks it up and charges forward. Duda, wide the post, good start. Don't surrender a second goal early on in this second half. If Villa get a second, that's the game over as far as I'm concerned, as Aarons is beaten by Jack Grealish, steps in field. Oh, Krul wasn't exactly convincing, but did enough. Come on, I need to demand more from our team here. Duda, free kick. Oh, the crossbar from Closer, come on. Oh, he scored. We scored a goal as we're making a change. Buendia has made it 1-1. Oh my god, this is why I should always pause the game before I'm making changes. Due to a free kick, I said we look good from set pieces this season, and Buendia, who I was just thinking about taking off, has headed it in. 1-1, 12 minutes to go. And, oh, no, is he onside? Oh, he's onside. He's onside. It counts. It's 1-1, and there's our leveller. Oh, come on. Don't surrender the point straight after getting it. There's Concert. He's robbed. Oh, come on. Dermot got to finish that. Played very well in this second half, to be fair to us here, as Jamal Lewis down the left-hand side. Can he cross? Oh, tribal shot block. Oh, no. No, don't surrender the point. Oh, what a tackle. Getson Fernandez, of course. Into stoppage time, please. No, El Ghazi beats Jamal Lewis. Oh, Jack Grealish just over. Well, I'll take the point. I would have taken the point pre-game, and I'll claim it as a good one. Battled him back to get something from the game. Aston Villa's winless run continues, and for us, I'll take it. That means in our first 4 games at Carrow Road, we've only lost once, which isn't bad at all. So I'll say to the boys, unlucky boys, it just wasn't our day. Some are motivated, some are switched off, but I'll take that point. That's not a bad result. The reason why I never pause the game when I'm making changes, by the way, is just because you can't really do that in real life. Like, you can't signal to the referee and say, hold on, mate, can you just stop for a second? Because I'm thinking about what changes I want to make. You can just pause the game for a minute whilst I look at my bench and decide who comes on for what player. That'll be fantastic. Dyche tips Norwich to stay up. Sky Sports News chose the main focus point for the conference, with journalist Paul Ferguson asking, Norwich have been widely tipped to struggle to avoid relegation. Can you see them surviving? Dyche responded calmly, saying, it might go to the wire and they'll need a little bit of luck along the way, but I can see them pulling it off. Definitely. Oh, Sean, thank you very much. First manager, I think, in this series to give me a bit of props. Fair play. Always like you, Sean. I don't know whether you guys are the same as me in Football Manager, but I remember what managers have said good things about me and what managers have said bad things about me as the save goes on. Sean Dyche being the first manager to give me a bit of credit. Thank you, Sean. In my saves, it's regularly Mourinho that always lays into me. Jose, for some reason, always lays into me regardless of what team I'm managing and how I'm doing. But thank you, Sean. Not going to do you any favours today, though, away at Turf Moor. We're going for our first away victory of the season. So, yeah, second game of today's episode, away at Turf Moor against Burnley. Big game here. As you can see right now, Burnley in 11th place, us in 14th place. Similar starts for both teams so far, with both having just 2 wins in their first 7 games. And I think, have we lost every away game so far in the Premier League? I think we have. So let's see if we can get our first points on the road here at Turf Moor. So this will be our team for the game, 4-2-3-1 once again, and just a one change to our lineup, with Krul in goal, about for of Lewis. In fact, let's make a late change before we go into the game as well. Let's give Zimmerman a start in our back 4 alongside Ben Godfrey and Max Aarons. In the middle, Tribal and Fernandez as well. And further forward, Cantwell on the left, Buendia on the right. And Duda supports Adam Ida, the young striker, getting his first Premier League start today as Pukki struggled of late. And on the bench, McGovern, Close, Byram, I always get that wrong. Byram, Rupp, Stephen Mann, Karamoko Dembele and Dermot as Pukki gets the day off. So second game, it's Burnley away. Let's get our first point away from home as Gelson Fernandez is going to take the armband. Mentally strong character. First highlight to the host, Brownhill. Barnes, 1-0, 4 minutes in. Ashley Barnes smacks it home and Burnley take a very early lead. What did I just say? Going away from home, I don't care who we're facing, I always feel like we're going to lose, and already we trail. Wood down the right hand side, plays it into Goodmanson. He finds Ashley Barnes, and from 25 yards, I'll tell you what, that's a brilliant first time strike. No chance for Tim Krul, 1-0 Burnley. Come on, you Canaries. Let's have an instant reply, shall we? Duda back to Tribal. And Tribal coming forward. Sends it long to Max Aarons, the right back. Back to Gedson Fernandez, captain of the day. Now Tribal to Ida. The youngster slides in. Buendia! Oh, Joe Hart. What a save. I'm sure it's not just me as well. I bet you guys experience this too. Why is it that my goalkeepers are always so poor in Football Manager, yet the AI goalkeepers for the opposition teams always seem to turn into prime Iker Casillas? It's absolutely ridiculous. Like, it seems like every goalkeeper I face always turns up, whereas mine couldn't catch a cold. As Jay Rodriguez is tackled by Aarons, but the chance still alive. Taylor's cross. Goodmanson. Oh! And sometimes you just don't get the luck. Goodmanson's deflection takes a huge deflection. and trickles past Krul. And to be fair, there's nothing our number one can do about that one. Charlie Taylor on left to Jay Rodriguez. Aaron's with a tackle, whipped back in by the left back. And that header by Goodmanson takes a massive deflection off Zimmerman. 2-0, Burnley double the lead. I know it's early days, but I think it's safe to say that if we are to stay up this season, we need to turn Carrow Road into a fortress. I can't see us picking up many points away from home this season. In fact, I'll go as far as saying I wouldn't be surprised if we go the entire campaign without picking up a single win in the Premier League on the road. Down by 2 here at Turf Moor, and this could possibly get out of hand. Jack Cork to Brownhill, Wood out wide to Jay Rodriguez, gets round Max Aarons, into the area, tackled by the right back, but he gets a shot away anyway. On Krul. Did he get a touch on the ball? Not too sure, off the post though. Still 2-0, but it's all Burnley. Points are definitely staying here at Turf Moor. Gedson Fernandes chips it over the top, and Dembele down the right, loses out to Rodriguez. And Burnley get it back. Just hasn't been our day this afternoon. Maybe Sean Dyche's just playing mind games, trying to soften my team up. Seems like he's done that. Rodriguez's shot, fantastically saved by Tim Krul. Turned it around, to be fair, in the second half. And that is going to do it. And it is a 2-0 loss. And for sure, like I said during the game, if we're to stay up this season, we've got to get some wins at home. Can't see us picking up many points away from home this season. And I will say to the boys, I'm far from pleased from what I saw. Because to be fair, whilst I switched a few players off, that was one of our worst points of the season. Didn't really create anything in the entire game as Burnley get a very comfortable 2-0 victory. And I think Sean was probably right. We will need a little bit of luck if we're to stay up this season. But that will end today's episode of my Football Manager series, guys. So a big thank you for watching. Really hope you have enjoyed it. And if you did enjoy today's episode, then please do drop a like. 8 games in, 2 wins on the board, but 5 defeats already, and only a couple of points off the drop zone so far. It's not been a catastrophic start from Norwich, but it certainly could have been better. We'll return in the next episode with games against. Let's get through the season a little bit, and we'll come back with games in. I'll tell you what, let's come back in December, shall we? Perhaps Brighton away and Sheffield United at home. Or maybe the Blades at home and Bournemouth away. Probably the former, actually. Brighton away and Sheffield United at home. We'll come back with those in the very next episodes. Thanks for watching, guys. Have an awesome day. Much love to you, and I'll see you for the next episode in my Football Manager series very soon.